Hi and welcome back to another video of JPlay. I am Marcus, and yes, it's a little bit premature for Halloween, but as I have watched World War Z the other day, I was really wondering why there aren't more zombie-based games coming onto the market. Right now it's everything around nature, cute little animals and whatnot. Before that it was Vikings, and before the Vikings I think it was really zombies, and this kind of died out. Nice here. But I was really thinking about, okay, let's bring a zombie themed game to the table. And browsing my shelf, I stumbled upon Last Night on Earth, which for me is the best zombie game out there, designed by Jason C. Hill, the mastermind behind Flying Frog Productions. Luckily, there is an official solo variant designed by Thomas Gustafsson, so thanks so much for your contribution there. And it even entered the complete rulebook that is available on The Geek, and that's what I will be using today. I have played my fair share of this game in a normal multiplayer mode. I've never tried the solo mode before, so I'm really curious how things are working out. I'm relatively certain I have to make some judgment calls every now and then, and you will let me know if I decided correctly or not. Most likely not, as I will typically not do a full session in one video. I think there will be room enough for you to chime in and make me aware of any whatever rule goofs or things that I should have ruled differently. Just let me know. And yeah, that's basically on where we getting started tonight. The scenario we are playing is actually one from the base game, Escape in the Truck, which basically means, yeah, we have to escape with a truck here that is parked here in the middle of the board. In order to do that, we have to do that before 15 turns are running out. We have to find gasoline and we have to find the keys. We have to tank the truck first, or fuel the truck up first. And honestly, I've never won this scenario as a human player before, so I'm really curious how things go. This game is heavily random, a lot of dice rolls, a lot of random cards that are drawing, a lot of chaos, but I think that really works pretty well for this kind of a game. So let's have a quick look at our four heroes, at least the starting heroes for tonight. So first of all, we have Sheriff Anderson, the small town lawman. This is my town and I'm taking it back. He starts with a revolver, and as a basically not free action, as a, let's say, an alternative search action, man of action, instead of searching, may take a revolver from the discard pile. So if he's ever losing this revolver, he can relatively easily get it back. I have drawn all these characters randomly, so it's all the more interesting that I'm also starting the game with Billy, the sheriff's son. Isn't that lovely? Back off, I can handle this. Because the high school is not part of the game board tonight, he has to start in the town center in the middle of the board. Therefore, he's able to draw one of these heroes cards. And he was particularly lucky because he starts the game with these garden shears, which are double-handed. That's kind of a downer, but as a bonus, combat bonus, the hero rolls an extra fight dice, and if the hero rolls a 6 on any of their fight dice, the combi is instantly killed. So we are not really looking at whatever doubles and pairs and whatnot. We don't need to be higher than the zombie. If we're rolling a 6, that zombie is dead. Let's carry on. Maybe let's have a quick look at the special rules here. He's a track star, may add +1 to his movement dice roll, never a bad thing, and he's youth, may give up move action to fully heal. Then we have Jenny, the farmer's daughter, eat dirt zombie. Her special rules are handy, may add or subtract 1 to any roll when testing to see if a hand weapon breaks. Okay, she currently doesn't have any weapons, but let's see. A farm girl, while in the cornfield or barn, may roll an extra fight dice. And yes, we do have the farm board out here tonight, which is why she's not starting in the center of the board. No, she's starting in the farmhouse. And last but not least, she's also youth, may give up move action to fully heal. Fully heal is kind of a, I don't know, overstatement here, because in the end If she has one wound, she's still okay. With a second wound, she is dead. So fully heal really means we are removing one of those. There could be other items, though, as far as I remember, at least that's a thing in A Touch of Evil, which maybe also count for, let's say, additional wounds. Right now we don't have those, and quite honestly, it's a huge pile of cards. I really don't remember them all. And then last but not least, we have Amanda, the prom queen. She would also start in the high school. The high school is not part of the game today, which means she's also starting in the center of the board, and this also means she has drawn one of these heroes cards. That's an event. A townsfolk will immediately cancel any zombie card. It's never a bad thing, and you can basically really play these cards at any time. It's pure chaos. Or we can play on any student hero, which could be Billy, for example. Yeah, Jenny as well. And until the end of the turn, that hero wins on ties and rolls 2 extra fighters or 3 extra fighters if Johnny. We don't play with Johnny tonight, unfortunately. Then she's beautiful, obviously. Any male hero in the same space may roll an extra fight dice. Okay, right now they are together, so we may want to keep her together with someone else. She can hide, may cancel any fight she is in on the roll of 4+ before fight are being rolled. That's really not bad. And she's also youth, may give up a move action to fully heal. Yeah, these are our starting heroes. Let's have a quick look at the board. Obviously, I'm not playing with the anniversary edition. I think I really own all the stuff that has been released for Last Night on Earth. That's also the main reason why I didn't go into the anniversary edition. Yeah, it could be nicer stuff, but I'm relatively content with these cardboard tokens. I truly think it helps the charm of this game to some extent. I don't know. I'm not playing with all of the stuff, so I'm not using the Timber Peak, I'm not using the Blood in the Forest expansion, for example, so we won't see any feral zombies whatsoever, and we are also not the upgrades, we're not using the experience point systems and whatnot. Whenever something is referring to that in those rules, especially in those solo rules, I have also to make a judgment call, because I don't want to get too crazy. If you're really enjoying this game and want me to play again at a later point in time, then I really might consider going with some more in-depth gameplay, introducing some of the more advanced scenarios from one of the, I don't know, big box expansions or whatnot. So today we are definitely still using the grave weapons. We are using, what are these other decks called? The survival tactics, the unique items. Again, we have increased the zombie deck quite a bit. So yeah, you will still see a lot of additional stuff. It's not just vanilla Last Night on Earth. That's basically where I'm getting at. And I think with that being said, we should be pretty much good to go. I've already done the initial zombie spawn up here. I didn't roll particularly well for myself. You see the 9 up here, so we have 9 zombies already on the board. And yeah, I think with that being said, again, we can get started. The zombie player, in this case, let's call it the AI, will always go first. So the first thing that will happen is we will basically advance the time sun track, because it's the first one. We are basing it here onto the track. We are starting on turn 15. Whenever we are moving off basically 1 to 0, we have automatically lost the game if we haven't won the scenario by then. But because it's really this escape kind of thing, we really want to manage that before we are actually running out of time. Next, we are doing something for the solo mode. So we are simply drawing 4 of these zombie cards. I have removed the fight cards from the zombie deck because they work slightly differently in this game. Now, I mean, in respect to the fight, they're pretty much the same, but we will draw fight cards when we're actually moving into a fight. So we will reveal those 4 cards. The thing is, we know what's going on. We will, as far as, yeah, okay. Of course, we are already triggering 3 times play immediately, and I think we will play those cards immediately, which would be the same in the multiplayer game. I don't really know how to resolve them, so I think I will simply go from left to right in this case. So this one here is the Relentless Advance. This is something play at the start of a zombie turn. Roll a d6, immediately move that many zombies 1 space. Those zombies may move and fight normally this turn, so they simply advancing more. So I think this is something we will play basically all these 4 cards. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. Then we have, oh, the horror, and I'm so much in love with these, let's call it artwork, with these photos. So cheesy, but so cool. Really perfect match for the theme. So what do we have? Okay. Yeah, great. Draw 3 zombie cards at the start of your next turn. If you have more cards than your hand size, will allow this card down to your normal limit. And this is also different. At the end, basically, all the cards that we haven't used until the end of the round will be discarded anyway. So the zombie player, quote unquote, will start with 4 new cards each round anyway. So we will remove this, and therefore we will simply draw 3 replacement cards. So here we have Divide and Conquer. Play this card at the start of the zombie turn. Okay. Then we have a new spawning pit. Isn't that lovely? Roll a random building. The zombie player places a new zombie spawning pit in any space of the building. Okay. And another play me. Oh, heavy rain is bad. Heavy rain is really bad. All heroes who start their move outside of a building must subtract 1 from their movement dice roll to a minimum of 1. Yeah, these are really a lot of cards that we have to. Really getting this for the first draw was pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know. I think we will still keep going here from left to right, right? So let's start with the play immediately card. Roll a random building. The zombie player places a new zombie pit marker in any space of the building. I think that's not the end of the world. So let's roll the first die of the game. I will be using my JPlay die here. The JPlay logo is a 1 in this case. So let's roll. I think I will, on a 6, I will have to reroll from what I understood. And that's a 4, which means we are looking at this board over here. And this is a 1, yeah, my JPlay. So it's the church. And honestly, I do think we want to keep it as close to the center of the board as possible. At least that's how I feel about it. That's how I would place it as the zombie player in order to, yeah, move my folks around as much as possible. Right now we are not spawning there. That's a good point, but yeah, they will spawn sooner or later. Okay, then let's have a closer look at those cards. Heavy Rain. This is something which I could, in theory, cancel, like T-Bone, Football Jog. And this is now different to the multiplayer game because the zombie player would play a card and then I would need to decide if I would be cancelling this or not. I don't know if they have more cards in their hand or not, right? In this case, I have, as a player, kind of an advantage, but we're also facing an awful lot of cards here. So what else? Then we have the Taken Over. Roll a random building and place a taken over marker on it. Place a zombie from a zombie. Oh, this is also including a zombie pool, but being reduced by rain could be terrible, but I don't really know if we should start that or not. I will not cancel the Heavy Rain for now. I will leave it here on the board so that I will remember. And for those, yeah, again, I have to simply roll, right? And in this case, again, oh wow, wow, 2 buildings. And we are placing a zombie in each of these buildings. The maximum amount of zombies we can have is 14, by the way. And this doesn't matter if they have grave weapons, if they're grave zombies or whatnot. Yeah, in this case, yeah, let's roll some dice. So first card here, and that's the 5. The 5 is, I guess, down. Ooh. No, I think that is kind of okay because there are no heroes there, right? Nope. Let's roll again. Okay, that's the 2, which is this one here, which also was good luck. If you would have rolled a 3 or 4, we would have placed way more zombies into that space. Here we are not doing the grave weapons. This is only happening during the normal spawning, and I think this is also true for the solo mode here. And by the way, I have not started the game with any grave weapons or whatnot because I felt this would have been way too crazy and we want to get into the game. So let's place the folks in here. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here it really doesn't matter which models we are using. We now have 13 on the board, right? Okay, 13 zombies are already on the board, which is then very unlikely that we are rolling for more zombies actually. Maybe I should have made that roll before. No, I think not. I think not actually. And we also have to place the Taken Over marker on it, which I think we have here. let's place it in the middle of this board. And what does it say? No hero may enter this building and a hero already here may not search. Okay. Again, in theory, we can get rid of those. And this is a remains in play card. It doesn't matter which one we are canceling then later on. So if we ever feel we want to get rid of those, we can still cancel this card here. Because it remains in play. So I will place this card here now a little bit here to the side. We have to do that again, unfortunately, because there's a second card. Haha. And that's the 3, which is up here. This could become a... Oh yeah, this could be really a problem, actually. Because we have Jenny here, right? Yeah, only in the barn would she be protected. Okay, let's roll. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. So the barn is already taken over, so no one can go there. We could get a pitchfork there. The thing is, we can only place one additional zombie, and I think we will place the zombie in here again. It doesn't matter too much at this point in time, because they can all move diagonally and through walls and whatnot. But I think we have dealt with all of our play immediately cards, and there are quite a few of those in the deck anyway. Cool stuff. There are still 2 more cards left, and we didn't even start the game really, right? I mean, so we have the Relentless Advance, play at the start of a zombie turn. This is again still considered to be the zombie turn, only if we are starting to move zombies also then we are past it, but right now we are still here. And from what I understand, we play them as soon as we can. So we are placing them both, and while in play, zombie roll. Oh, that's a bad one. Play this card at the start of the zombie turn, which is now, indeed. While in play, zombie roll an extra fight dice when fighting any hero that has no other heroes on the same board section. No, I think in this case, for a starting card, this is too tough. We will cancel this with T-Bone Football Jog. Might be a little bit premature, but I don't want this card here. So both of these are discarded. The thing with the hero cards is we will never reshuffle the hero deck. So what's gone is gone. There are ways to get them back from the discard pile, but usually you also need to be careful. But in this case, we have dealt with one of those, and then we will definitely play the Relentless Advance, roll a d6, immediately move that many zombies 1 space. And from what I understand, we are taking the zombies that are furthest away from any heroes. Indeed, and I think these would be those here. We have to roll a d6 first, and I already lost my J-play die. No, it's here. That's 2. I take it, and we only move them 1 space, right? So we are moving them closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, no, I think that's clear. 1 and 1. Again, it doesn't matter which miniatures we are moving right now. So these were all the cards. Wow. The good thing is the zombie player is now out of cards. So there won't be any more surprises other than fight cards, of course, but that's also a little bit up to me. And yeah, wow. Then we are actually starting, let's say, the normal zombie turn, which means now the zombies are moving normally. In theory, we would now also roll to see if we would spawn new zombies at the end of the zombies turn, but because we already have 14 zombies out on the board and we can't roll higher than a 12 with 2 dice anyway, that's basically, yeah, we don't need to do that at this point in time. All the zombies are out. I mean, we know what is coming. That's maybe some refreshing news. So we can skip over that step. Now we are moving those zombies. And these fellas will simply move closer to us. So this will move in here. They will move in here. So we have dealt with those. I think they will simply move in there. They will move down here. 1, 1, 1 here. Doesn't really matter. I think I get to choose. I don't know. I think here we also have seen 1 and 1. Again, they can move basically everywhere. I think this is also true for these half doorways, because again, they can move through walls. That's at least my understanding. They're not being blocked, and we're not dealing with heavy walls or so, or solid walls, or what they're referred to. I believe there the movement is slightly different. And I think this is their turn done. Right, so we are not spawning any zombies, we are not fighting any heroes, so we can now move over to our friends. Originally, of course, I was thinking of starting with Sheriff Anderson, taking a search action there. Again, the more we search, the more likely it is we will find the keys or gasoline for the truck here in the middle. The thing is, if we will stay here, it's obvious that these zombies will make it, so we have to fight twice, which again I think is something we can consider to do. We still have our revolver which we can fight, so maybe let's have a quick look at this. You may target one zombie within range, roll a d6. The zombie is hit. On 1 we would discard it. Basically it's out of ammo. And we do that before we actually search. So if we are really rolling very poorly now, we are in a tough spot. Still, I think, looking at the board state right here, here is nothing to find. Here are 2 more folks. Here we have a new spawning point. I think we have to stay where we are. So, okay, let's do that. The first thing that we do is to move. And to move, we can either really move or we can search, and then we are not moving. We will roll the die anyway, and this is particularly important because if we're now rolling extremely high, we can then still reconsider and say, no, wow, with a 6, I will then really go somewhere else to prep myself for the next round. For example, I think that's why you always roll the die anyway. And that's a 3, a measly 3, which means we can now move up to 3 spaces, or we can simply forfeit our movement and search. Let's do that. In theory, the police station has this pickup with it's a pump shotgun. So if there would have been a pump shotgun already in our discard pile, instead of searching or taking the top card of the hero deck, we would be able to take the pump shotgun out of the discard pile. Right now, we don't have that in our discard pile. The only card right now in our discard pile is T-Bone, the football jock. So we are simply drawing the top card of the hero deck, and this is Farmer's Die, which is another townsfolk and another event. And this one says, who's in here? I told you kids to stay out of my barn. Prevent anyone zombie from moving this turn, or add or subtract 1 to any fight dice roll, which is okay. They're both nice. And again, we can play these cards on any hero's turn whatsoever. We are not supposed to whatever carry those around with us. So even if someone on the other side of the board is dealing with a zombie and needs a +1 on their die, we can use Farmer's Die from Sheriff Anderson's, let's call it hand of cards. So for now, I will certainly hold on to that. Then we will take our, we could now exchange items. There are no other heroes in our space, so we will shoot a ranged weapon. Line of sight is a bit odd in this game. So even though we are here next to a wall, but because we are exactly next to the wall, we can basically see everything until the next wall here, for example. So it's considered and explained in the rules. There are windows or cracks in the boards or whatever. So in theory, we can definitely use our revolver here. And we are looking for a 4+. We are targeting one of those zombies. They can only suffer 1 damage anyway. And that's a 5. Awesome. Okay, that was an amazing start, actually. I certainly take that. Now he would have to fight if there would have been zombies in his space, or if he would have decided to move into that space. It's basically his personal choice. He would have to fight. Nicely done. With Jenny, we are doing something very similar. Because she is in building, we want to search, and we can only search in a building. So let's also roll her search die. That's also a 3, which is not good enough for a grave weapon or a unique item. Not grave weapon, survival tactics or a unique item. That's what I'm going with. So again, I can now decide to either move 3 spaces. Again, I can't move into that taken over building there, or the building that has been taken over. So no, I will also search with her. We have to search stuff. That's basically what this scenario is all about. So this is the hero card, and that's a chainsaw. You must be joking. And I believe she's even, yeah, she is carrying a chainsaw. And at least I think that this is her miniature. This is always a little bit weird with those flying frog games. The miniatures do not necessarily look the same as their hero cards, for example. But okay, let's see. We have the chainsaw. Combat bonus. The hero rolls an extra fight dice. Any zombie beaten in a fight is automatically killed, even if no doubles were rolled. If you lose a fight while using... Okay, when we have fight, then it's basically... discard it. Or we can also discard gasoline in its place. But we need gasoline for our truck. If we find 2, then maybe. But for now we will place the chainsaw right next to her. It's wow, it's not even a double-handed weapon. Yeah, he's clearly carrying with one hand, right? I mean, yeah. Okay, and yeah, she doesn't have a ranged weapon, unfortunately, which means that her turn is done. And then we still have Amanda and Billy, who are in a tougher spot here in the middle of the board. They started the game with a car, that's at least something, so they already searched, but now we have to move them somewhere. And keeping them here in the center of the board, in the town center, doesn't really help them. So we need to move them towards a building, and right now I am thinking about of moving them here into the library, for example, also. The diner would have been nice, but we need to move in here. This is the door. We can't access the library from here. The antique shop is also nice, but yeah, again, together they are doing okay. So I guess I will start with Amanda to see how far she is able to move. And unlike a touch of evil, we are not getting a card when we are rolling a 1 in this case. So let's see, that's her movement roll. That's a 6. Okay, she can move up to 5 spaces. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do we need the 5? No, I think not, because again, we want to keep them together. Fortunately, she can't search right now, so we will simply move over to him. Also roll his movement die. He gets a +1, but this +1 is cancelled by the heavy rain. So it's a 4. I think this is perfect. This is perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are still together. She really is fond of her, clearly. I mean, she's the prom queen. Who wouldn't be? And I think that's actually the end of the entire round. Okay, back to the zombie player. We are moving the soundtrack 1 step down. We are drawing 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are triggering the play immediately card here. Yeah, immediately. And this one says a town overrun. What do we do now? Immediately reveal and discard the top 10 hero cards. If this discard... Oh, yeah, that's a bad card because we are moving through the deck. Oh, that's terrible. And that's something that I should have mentioned. We are actually either losing the game various ways, right? First of all, if the soundtrack runs out of 0, I already explained that. If we have killed 4 heroes, I have not yet fully decided if I will play with all zombie heroes or not. Maybe let me know how I should play it. Right now it's really not an issue. Or again, if we are running out of hero cards. So if we would have only 10 cards left in the deck right now, and so far, oops, let me see, we have really a very thick little deck still available. We would have lost the game as well. That's why this is certainly a very, very bad card. So 1, we definitely need to pay attention which cards we are discarding, and we're looking for the keys or the gasoline. 3, oh, ranged weapon, that's a pump. Oh, we have the pump shotgun, which means we could find it the next round, maybe with our sheriff. Oh, that's nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just what I needed. This is an amazing card. Let me see, where is it? Here, just what I needed. It's a play immediately card, but because we are not playing those cards, we are discarding those. We can't play it right now. Take any card from the hero cards discard pile, or take any scenario search item from the draw deck and shuffle deck. This is an amazing card, but there's also good news. So we have revealed the pump shotgun, which we could find a little bit later on. So we have dealt with this card. That's at least something. Let's keep looking here. We have Bitten. Play this card on a hero when they kill a zombie in a fight. The next time the heroes would be wounded. Oh, hoo, 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 hoo. Okay, that's something that we have to remember. So we don't want to kill any zombies this round, right? Because then we would play this card. This card will be discarded at the end of the round if we are not killing any zombies. So that's something worth considering. Then we have Loss of Faith. Play to cancel a faith card. Yeah, I think right now we don't have any faith cards. Or play to force a hero to reroll their dice when checking to see if a hand weapon breaks. Okay, whatever happens first, I guess, but we know what's coming. That's good news. And here we have the locked door. Play this card when a hero tries to move through a door space. The door is locked and the hero moves and in the space before the door. Okay, these are not necessarily terrible. Something we can work with, actually. Oh, I'm really so much enjoying this exercise. Why did I wait so long? I definitely need to play this again. I'm so in love with this game. Incredible. Well, those were the cards. Then we are not rolling for zombies spawning, because with 2 dice we can't roll higher than a 13, quite obviously. And then we are moving our zombies. And I think, yeah, this is clear. They are moving here again. They all want to move closer to their stuff. They are moving here. I think they simply move. One here. This is moving here. They are moving there. They are moving there. Okay, then we will fight, and the heroes get to pick their fights first. I don't think it actually matters too much, so let's start with Jenny up there. So the way how those fights work, we are rolling 1 die for a zombie. I think we don't have anything. No, we don't. And we are rolling 2 die. So they win on a tie. And if we are rolling higher than the zombies on one of our dice, we have fended them off. If we are rolling doubles on any of those dice, let's say we are rolling 3 dice, one is a 6, 2 others are 1, and we won the fight with a 6, then we would have also killed that zombie. This round, I don't think we want to win that, actually. Quite honestly, so let's simply roll that die. The J-Play dice are mine, and let me know if you want a J-Play die, by the way. I think I should have still some left, especially for my patrons or channel members. Let me know if you already have a die or not, or some dice or not. I will send you some. So let's roll those dice. And obviously we were successful. They rolled a 2. Zombies win on ties. I may have mentioned that or not. We rolled a 6 and a 5. They're both higher than the 2, so we have won that fight. But the zombie is not killed. It simply fended off, so I will move it aside here a little bit, and from there she can now freely move out of that space. If she doesn't, so she can decide to stay there, then she has to fight the zombie again at the end of her round, and next round these zombies will also move in here. So I think she has some incentive, yeah, moving out of that farmhouse now. We still have another fight over here against Sheriff Anderson. Same rules apply. So we are rolling those 3 dice. Okay, it was much closer, but we still fended this sucker off. Okay, it's still here. I think these were all the fights. So we are not spawning any zombies. So it's our heroes, actually. I think down here we have some chances to find useful stuff, and right now I'm feeling okay with them. So I guess I will start with one of these fellas down here. And does it matter? I think they will search both. So no, we will simply start with Amanda. For her movement, she can exchange stuff. Yeah, let's see what they find, right? So first of all, we will search. Okay, that's a 6, which means I think we are now able to find a survival tactics or a unique item. I don't think we will find scenario search items in there, but this can be pretty useful stuff, actually. And now we look at the number of the house we're in. That's a 1 or a 2, and this corresponds with the unique item deck, 1, 2, or 3. If we would have rolled, or if we would have been in a building that's a 3 to 4, we would have been able to choose either unique item or a survival tactics. Getting these things early in the game, I think, could help us. So I will, for Amanda, choose to go with a unique item now instead. And this is Doc Brody's medical bag. At the end of the hero turn, the hero may heal 1 wound from another hero in the same space. And okay, that's a cool thing. We don't need to give it up. And this is yeah, I think this is pretty good. It's not the perfect thing, but it's still a pretty good item. We will give it to Amanda for sure. Now she could basically trade and do all kinds of nasty stuff, but I think she is okay. And this ends her turn. Let's do the same for, what is it, Billy. And the +1 he gets from his movement also applies for this roll, by the way. So he can find unique items on a 4, 5 or 6. That's only a 2, so we're not going there anyway. So we could move, but I think I want to keep them together. So let's draw a normal hero card, and that's a flashlight, which is handy. The hero may ignore the effects of lights out. Right now we don't have any lights out building on the board. When searching, the hero may use the flashlight to discard the card just drawn and draw a new one. Once per turn, roll a d6. Okay, then we can run out of batteries for the flashlight. So highly thematic as well. Oh, this game is so cool. So cool. I also need to play Touch of Evil relatively soon again. Nice finds, both of you. And there is an item limit, by the way, of 4, because he is already carrying a double-handed weapon. I think this also counts for 2 items. All the other event cards, it's basically unlimited, but I think right now he is considered to be carrying 3 items, if my memory serves me well here. But those were the turns of Amanda and Billy. For Jenny, I think it's run fast. So we will roll her movement die. She's right now inside of a building, and I think this rain card only kicks in when you start your move outside of a building. Exactly. So let's roll that die, and that's a 6. Okay, 6 is perfect. Of course, she could now also go for a crazy thing. Okay. One minute. I mean, she has her chainsaw, right? The chainsaw already gives her an extra fight die. So she would roll 3 dice against this fella. The thing is, because we have the bitten here, it's not unlikely that she is getting bitten. Play this card on a hero and they kill some. The next time a hero would be wounded, basically with the first wound, they would be turned into a zombie hero. The good thing about zombie heroes, if there's anything good, we can redraw another hero. But I don't want to lose any of my heroes just yet, especially lovely Jenny for sure. So with this combination, I still think she would have been able to go into that barn. That would have been pretty nice, actually. The other hand, she could move over the church, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a 6. Ah, come on, she can't make it. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay, she can take the side door. No, I think in this case, let's move her out. Let's not do anything crazy, at least not yet. We are not that desperate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You can't move diagonally through doors, at least not as a hero. But I think she's now on that spawning pit, but I think right now nothing is spawning. At least I hope. Let's see. But there are still some very nasty events in the deck, of course. And then last but not least, we have Sheriff Anderson, who currently is in a very tough spot here. Same situation here. What is it? This is the airplane hangar, exactly. We could find the signal flare, and I think, didn't we have the signal flare in our deck? No, we did. I thought we had it in our discard pile now. Again, we could now search with him, taking the pump gun. Okay, he would have need to fight once. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Afterwards, he could then still use the pump gun that he is finding in here to maybe also shoot those fellas. And I think on a 3+, yeah, we roll basically 1 die for each zombie. So I think it's now or never in respect to the pump shotgun, right? Let's do something crazy. We will leave him here. Let's see what he's rolling for his movement. Maybe this will also change my decision, right? It's a 3 anyway. So with a 3, it's pretty lame. It could be 1, 2, 3, and then next round we are basically running aimlessly around the board. So no, we will stay here and we will not move. That's basically what staying here means, right? And we will search. So we will go for the pickup location. We have the pump shotgun in our space, in our building right now, so we will take it with us. We cannot exchange, but we can fire that pump shotgun. So yeah, I think I should have simply left it here. But of course there is also a risk that, yeah, the loss of faith, right? Yeah, exactly. That's okay. Still, I have made my choices now. So I will now shoot, and I will shoot this space here. So for every zombie there, we are rolling 1 die, and that zombie is killed on 3+. Okay, 1 zombie only. That's kind of underwhelming. Then, that was that. Any hero in that... Each time the shotgun is fired, roll a d6 on the roll. Okay, now we are rolling another die to see if it's... Okay, we can discover. We could get back. That's a 4. That is good. Now the zombie player will play this card here. Play to force a hero to reroll their dice when checking to see if a hand weapon breaks after use. I think this also... Hand weapon. No, wait a second. This is not a hand weapon. No, this is a ranged weapon. Okay, I was worried for no reason here. So we can hold on to our pump shotgun as well. We still have the revolver. Unfortunately, we can only ever fire once. A 1/1 ranged weapon. There is a cool duct tape item in the... I think, is it in the survival tactics deck here? I think so, where you can pretty much put together, assemble together 2 weapons, and then you can also create a pump shotgun revolver and then shoot them both. Pretty nasty stuff. But that was our ranged attack step. Now we have to fight again, basically, because we are still in that space. So same rules still apply. And that's a 6 and a 1, and that's a 3, which means this zombie is still fended off. Yeah, okay, next round we still have to fight twice, I guess. But okay, it is what it is. I'm still okay. And he can take 1 more wound than any of the other heroes in the game right now. Okay, I think this was the round done. And I think I will end the playthrough for today, giving you some room to comment on my playstyle. I think these cards should have been discarded now. Exactly. Wait a second. Ooh, okay. Oh, crap. One thing I forgot. The locked door here. Good that I caught this. That's pretty nasty now. Play this card when a hero tries to move through open door space, and that's what Jenny did actually. Okay, that was a bummer, and I should have known that. These 2 are discarded. I'm not worried about those. So no, I think we have to retcon things a little bit. I will still move her here, and then yeah, this was the locked door. I still wanted to move out of that space. Of course, I wasted a 6 now, but I didn't want to fight 3 times, and with this bitten card in play, no, I think, yeah, that's really a bummer. Okay, kind of disappointing, but obviously I will not take things back. So these cards are now really discarded, and then we would be moving into the next round to come. But as I mentioned, I will end my playthrough here for today. 1 error I already caught now, a little bit underwhelming, relatively certain you will spot some more. Also let me know if I should have started with some potential grave weapon zombies or grave zombies already on the board. I still think because of the amount of zombies, I should have been okay, right? So with any future spawnings, I will definitely adhere to the solo rules and will place more advanced zombies or potentially more advanced zombies out there on the board. So they also come with some very nice little miniatures here, like this pitchfork, and we have this, I don't know, this guy that comes out of the ground. So we will definitely see some more fancy stuff appearing relatively soon. But yeah, before I forget, huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. You guys are so amazing. Can't tell you how much I appreciate your support. So if you want to support my little channel, you will find a link to my page on Patreon. You can join me here directly on YouTube. There is this little thanks button below the video for a small, well, yeah, maybe not so small donation. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, everything helps. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.